Hello friends, I am Sagar Patil. Today I'll be talking about Made in China concept. We use so many electronic gadgets and the electronic items which are manufactured in China. China is known as world's factory where huge amount of goods are manufactured. China is the number one exporter which exports different kinds of electronic items and other items as well to different countries in the world. And if we see the Chinese economy, the size of Chinese economy, the Chinese economy is the second biggest economy in the world. Few years before, the economic conditions of India and the China were almost same. In the year 1978, China opened its door for the foreign investors. See, at that time, the per capita income of India was around $209, whereas the per capita income of China was around $227. So there was not much difference between the per capita income of India and the China. But if we compare the figures of 2013, there is huge amount of difference. In the year 2013, the per capita income of India was around $1,500, whereas the per capita income of China was around $6,600. So the gap has widened a lot. Now let me explain you how China progressed, whereas the India is still at developing phase. Let me explain you the development strategies of China. They have implemented one strategy very effectively, and that is SEZ, or the Special Economic Zone. I would like to explain this term SEZ in very simple term. Some space is reserved for the industries where huge amount of incentives are given to the industries. They have set up around 6 SEZs in China. The first SEZ was established in Shenzhen, and that was a grand success where huge amount of industries were attracted. They set up their units and they started manufacturing units on very large scale. China is the pioneer of this concept called SEZ, or the Special Economic Zone. Several other countries, they tried to copy the strategy of China, but they failed completely. The best example is India. In India, there are around 436 approved SEZs. Okay, but only the 40% SEZs are operational. If we see the size of SEZ in India and the China, there is huge amount of difference. In China, the average size of SEZ is around 30,000 hectares, whereas in India, the size of SEZ is around 10 hectares. So you can see the difference. China not only set up SEZ, they also worked on infrastructure facilities, which is very important for the industrialization. India kept on increasing the total number of SEZs in India, and they didn't focus on the infrastructure, and that is why this concept SEZ has failed in India completely. Chinese are expert in hardware, whereas Indians are expert in software. See, if we join hands together, that Indians and the Chinese people can create history. They can rule the entire world, but some developed countries like USA, they are not allowing, or they are creating so many disputes between India and the China, okay, because it can act as a hurdle in their progress.